find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
Guys, we're so close to getting to that 3,500 subscribers. I think this morning we looked at it, 3,450?
Yeah.
50 more fans, guys. And then next thing you know, we'll be giving away 4 signed and authenticated jerseys to some lucky winners out there. And we truly appreciate that. And we're just growing and growing every day. Today, we're going to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Biggest game of the year. I not going to lie. I did not want to see this game. I did not want to see Philly versus Kansas City.
2023 all over again.
All over again. A couple things to talk about, though. First of all, let's go into Philadelphia. That team had on defense Ndamukong Suh. Was a lot older compared to now, where you got Nolan Smith and
Zach Bond,
Carter.
Studs.
Yep, and this team's way younger. I mean, look at the average.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's on offense. The sound is just so talented, and on paper, you got to think the Eagle squad is way more talented than Kansas City's, right? On paper,
offensively, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd say even defensively.
Yeah, they're definitely younger.
Yeah, they're younger. I mean, compared to that team 2 years ago, you had Fletcher Cox on the end, and now you got Sweat just coming off the end as a role player in pass rush. I mean, this defense is just. I mean, and then you had Hargrave and stuff now. So this defense is younger. I think the Eagles. Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator was an upgrade. I mean, the guy's been coaching 24 years.
Yeah.
And something about this is like he may get a ring. 24 years of coaching, he may get a Super Bowl ring.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to be close, man. It's going to be real close.
Yeah. Now defining that.
That's if the NFL game script plays out right.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to make it to the Taylor Swift Bowl.
Swift Bowl.
This is my view. This is my Chiefs win. Kelsey proposes to Taylor Swift after the game.
Graffiti falling 3 in a row.
Yeah. And the NFL gets everything they want.
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got young teenage girls watching football.
Yeah.
NFL, and the Taylor Swift, her little icon will be in every end zone.
And then every team gets one of those like mascots, but it's some hot superstar singer or something.
Yeah, the Bills.
Or maybe a movie star.
Yeah, that's something.
And they got to do it now. Every team will have one now, and the NFL sees how much money they can get. Yeah,
The big thing is going to be football players to date some star somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe the Chargers get Selena Gomez and she can cry on
She
TV.
can cry. She'll be crying. Yeah. I don't know. This is some other tournament we mentioned. I mean, kind of not talking about, but Tom Brady's in the booth. Tom Brady's been at Fox for 9 months, and now he's already coming.
He's the guy now.
He's the man.
He's back at the Super Bowl one more time.
He's calling it 100% right down the middle.
Yeah, I kind of like how matter of fact he is about calling things. And, and
you play the game that long, you can see the ins and outs.
No, you going to the game? It's down the road.
No,
you going to the game?
No.
Yeah, me neither. To tailgate is $500.
I would love to go, but I mean, I don't want to pay. Well, I think
$1,200.
No, it was more than that. It was 18,000 a seat.
No, I'm talking about for a hotel room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
a $300 hotel is like $1,200.
An Airbnb was $10,000 for one night.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, me and Aldridge were. Aldridge looking out. Yeah, we were looking at them. Since it is in New Orleans. Oh, and just the tailgate, the official tailgate was $500 just to get in.
Wow.
But this will be the 11th Super Bowl I believe New Orleans has hosted, which ties a record with Miami. Mm-hmm. So go NOLA, making that money.
Maybe they can use that money to pull it all together and get a good head coach.
Hey, maybe the head coach just goes from offensive coordinator to Philadelphia to head coach of New Orleans.
That's what I'm hearing.
I really believe that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
What's going to happen is the Eagles are going to fly down and leave him here.
Yeah. Kellen Moore will be our guy.
Hey, he's already packed
And,
up.
you know,
got all his stuff. He flies down with the Eagles, and he just starts moving in.
He starts picking a house.
Yep.
Even though he's not the biggest name, Saints could do much worse than Kellen Moore.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they could.
So I'm if it is him, I'm happy with that.
Me too.
Before you know it, we're going to see Taysom Hill doing the tush push.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I mean, when Mike McCarthy just gets up and walks out of the room, where do you go from there?
Where do you go from there? Yeah. So what is your storyline for the Eagles to win?
My storyline: Saquon Barkley, 100%.
All day.
Saquon Barkley has blown it away. To me, he should be hands down the MVP of the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll happen because it's always a quarterback for whatever reason.
He has a chance to beat Terrell Davis's record in 1998 of most rushing yards in a season. Now I know that's 17 seasons and postseason, but that's quite an accomplishment if he does do it.
Oh, without a doubt.
Do you think I am underneath the ideology that you, even though you got Hurts and even though you got Brown and Smith, you have got to get him the ball at least 25 times this game?
Oh,
You
man,
have got to get him the ball.
Yes, this is
25. It doesn't matter. And all the
This
usage
is-
and everything doesn't matter. This is the biggest game.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody goes all out in this one.
This is the biggest game
if
of
the
his
Eagles
career.
want
Right.
to win, they got to go all out.
Yeah.
And Saquon has to start controlling the run game to throw their defense off so they can start passing to AJ and Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert.
I think
and all
Dallas.
that.
I think Dallas Goedert's going to have a bigger role than everybody thinks.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
There's prop bets that the tight ends are basically going to run this game.
Yeah, both of them.
Kelsey and Goddard.
Mhm.
Yeah. And is that your key? Is that just y'all's key to Saquon Barkley?
Well,
Saquon's going to do his thing, but they're going to have to stack the box, and that's going to leave the intermediate open for Goddard
Yeah.
or Devonta Smith.
if you look at it like this, right, Chiefs don't have a really great run game compared to the Eagles.
Right. They got two guys that are above average.
Above average. That's correct. But you got the number one running back in the NFL.
The trendsetter.
Yeah, I mean, he is phenomenal.
And even if he was to get
And
something happen to him, you still got
Gainwell.
You still got Gainwell back there, and Gainwell
and he's showing off too.
Gainwell is waiting for his chance.
That's it.
And even I was hoping this offensive line with the Eagles would get healthier and healthier. It doesn't look like it's going to be
No.
that way. But they still did what they did against the Commanders. Like they blew out the Commanders. There was no answer. So I mean, and I know
That Commanders defense is nowhere near
Kansas City's
defense.
I mean, Chris Jones by himself can wreck shop.
Their front seven, that
Carl
defensive line
Liftis,
is
Carl Loftus.
For either one of these teams to actually start making a huge difference, both quarterbacks can have to run a lot more than they normally do.
I think the over under is 49.
Yeah.
Man,
I think it goes over. Eventually, second half, they all break out. Defenses are tired because, I mean, you're looking at all-stars those defenses have to keep up with. I mean, Kansas City's not used to A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devonta Smith. Saquon Barkley catches like he's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to have to run all over the field the first half. Second half, they're going to be tired, and then both offenses are going to develop. I just don't think Kansas has that great of an offense compared to the Eagles, but I also know that Taylor Swift has a lot more pull than everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and those other players they got in the red, their black and white shirts. I can't remember.
The one thing I am worried about.
Do they fly in their personal refs for this one?
Yeah. That's gonna be so scrutinized.
Oh man.
The officiating
it's gonna be
so every play there's laundry on the field. It is gonna be underneath a microscope by everyone.
So that's the one thing that worries me about this game is the Eagles play a very aggressive style of defense.
Yeah.
And if Zach Bond gets a beeline to Mahomes, they're going to throw the flag.
Or Nolan Smith, or
without a doubt.
Just get Sweat.
Sweat, anybody.
It's worth saying the reason why we bring up this team being younger and faster is because the last time they met, that Eagles team had 70 sacks that season. When they got to the Super Bowl, they barely touched Mahomes. Right. I mean, there was no sacks. They barely got any pressure on him.
He always has a strong offensive line.
And this Eagles defense is younger, it's faster, it's better. Jalen Carter doesn't get what he does statistically, but inside he's going to be the best defensive lineman in the NFL. He's one of the top five.
Right,
and
he is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're going against Kansas City, who their line they finally solidified that left tackle spot with Joe Thuney. Joe Thuney was usually a guard, great guard, and they solidified that. But what Kansas City is going to do a great job of, in my opinion, is getting the ball out of Mahomes' hands fast.
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
They got to.
They have to. And Andy Reid's one of the best at it. You know,
people out there at home, watch for the offensive holding. Just watch on film.
Right tackle. Watch how deep the right tackle is in the backfield.
Hands to the face.
Yeah,
so we'll see. I mean, they've been doing it all year. Why would they stop now?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of big plays. I think it's going to be methodical 10, 11, 12 play drives. I don't think
take a shot every once in a while. I think the Eagles will take more shots.
They have to
than the Chiefs will.
Well, statistically speaking, this year Mahomes has had the second pass attempts, but he only has like the 16th percentage of all quarterbacks in deep passes. Mm-hmm. So they're not, with all that speed that we talk about, they're not throwing it deep. They're throwing intermediate and letting Xavier Worthy and them run.
And they are.
And it's Kelsey in the middle who eats, you know.
So Xavier Worthy has proved himself to be a weapon, and he does catch them short passes, but he turns them into a big game.
He can always turn it up. Yeah, yards.
That dude is special, man.
Yeah.
He's a good player. And Hollywood Brown, he was an afterthought for me. But he's just as dangerous.
Yeah, they're speedsters. Yeah, yards after catch. That's their game right now. Get the ball out fast.
I had to give it to the Chiefs, though, man. Between Hurts and Mahomes is the better quarterback.
Yeah,
he's a playmaker.
Yeah, he's great.
I disagree.
He's a playmaker.
No, I think Mahomes is the better quarterback.
Okay, let's go through the numbers.
Now he also is the better actor.
Yeah, he will flop.
And
then apologize for flopping.
So Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the rushing ability that Jalen Hurts has.
I disagree.
Oh man, I don't. But so I have to pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
Before the first game of the season, I said that Patrick Mahomes would not have 4,000 passing yards this year.
He did not.
He did not. He had 39-28.
No.
So I win that.
Yeah,
but okay, so. Numbers wise,
reach over there and give him a pat.
Yeah.
Pat him up. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Good job. Good job, Joe.
So I think Patrick. The NFL is trying their best to get Patrick Mahomes to be the next Tom Brady. They're going to do everything they can.
Are they going to do a roast of Pat Mahomes?
Did you see like the way Josh Allen was taking hits that Patrick Mahomes would not?
Right.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is about to take some hits.
Hey, this is Shadowhack with Next Level Entertainment, SmashMouth Footballerz. 40% of y'all who watch our videos do not click the subscribe button. When you subscribe, you help us grow our channel. You help us grow our family. It helps us be able to give you more entertainment values, and we have more coming down the plate with other podcasts. So please, next time you watch our video, hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
In this game. And that's why I say I respect him more. Maybe he's not a better player. I respect him more than I respect Patrick Mahomes.
He's just a better.
He's not a flopper.
No.
He's not going to be calling for the flag.
Yeah, I know. He's not going to be doing. I mean, he's not. But I mean, look at the size difference. I mean, look at Mahomes to Hurts. I mean, Hurts is a
squatting 500, 600 pounds.
Yeah, no, I think Mahomes is. He throws from the pocket, but he's able to scramble just as well as anybody else. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson, but he's not Joe Burrow either. He can run the ball. He can emphasize. And look, what he does behind the back passes and all this.
That is something.
It's genius, man. Mm-hmm. Like watching, that's genius. It's stuff you can't account for. And the other tale is that Philadelphia's beaten teams. Like they blew out the Commanders. The Commanders were just jumping, flopping. They didn't know what to do, especially in the end zone. They can't. Nobody can stop the tush push. The Kansas City's winning by 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and a record like 16 games they've won by one score or something like that. Like the way they win, it suits them in a game with this pressure. I mean, you're going to the Super Bowl.
So what you're saying is the Eagles have to win by a lot.
I think the Eagles got to come out and they've got to run the ball. They've got to control the ball. No, you've got to run the ball, control the ball,
control the clock.
Eagles defense has to put pressure on Mahomes in the pocket.
Yeah, and I just think Andy Reid's going to have a
plan,
a game plan for that.
I think so.
I think you're going to see a lot of passes out to Pacheco. You can see a lot of passes to short. You're going to see screens. Xavier Worthy getting him out fast. I think
bubble screens.
Bubble screens, yeah. You're going to see screens. You're probably going to see shovel passes in the red zone to Kelsey.
I hate to even say it, but yeah, Kelsey's going to have 6 or 7 catches in this game.
Yeah, I mean they're going.
The last couple of games he's had 2 or 3. He's going to be their main focal point.
You think the rumors are true
About
Kelsey retiring after this?
I don't
know.
think so, man. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, he's slowed down a lot.
After 3,
They're talking about, the rumor is they're either going to trade him or he's going to retire if they put him up for trade.
Well, you can't trade him. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame.
He's royalty. I don't know. He's
telling us the rumors.
But then again, I never would have thought that the Dallas Mavericks would trade Luka Doncic, but they traded him this morning to the Lakers.
They traded Luka.
Look at Noah Gray. Noah Gray is
he's a third receiver, but
he's coming on. I just the talk with Tom Brady, three-peat. This is what they want. Does the NFL want this? Yes. Tom Brady in the booth. Just going on about Mahomes, all his greatness. They win 3 in a row. Andy Reid's legacy.
So how do we see it from the win from the Eagles standpoint?
Eagles?
How Saquon Barkley became the leverage that the Eagles needed to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah, but that's going to be the story.
That's what I'm saying. What's the story for the Eagles? Because we know the story for the Kansas City
Saquon
Chiefs.
Barkley's the story.
Saquon Barkley is the start and the finish of this game. Everything's going to run through him. If they stack the box, it's going to be 100% up to Sirianni to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, Vic Fangio, 24 seasons, he gets a ring. That's a great storyline for him. Beside from that, it's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman had an older team in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and he just, hey, we got to get younger. We got to get better. He won in the draft, going to get blue chip players from Georgia, going to get afterthought free agents like Zach Bond and turn them into stars, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I think the oldest starter on the defense is Darius Slay, who's 32. I mean, he's 32. Everybody else is young. This is going to be Howie Roseman's team. This is going to go down. If they win, how good the Eagles did drafting and building that roster on the defensive side. I mean, we know they've always had offensive talent.
Where do you think the brother Kelsey ends up during this whole game?
He's going to be chugging beers again in the
on Buffalo Wild Wings commercials.
In the boat.
He's like, "Where's your brother at? Hey, your brother must not love you."
So the announcer is, as long as it's not Chris Collinsworth, I'm good with whoever because he is the biggest Mahomes fan. He doesn't even hide it, and he's ridiculous to hear on TV. I can't stand it. I can't, man.
I think so. I honestly got my take is well, I'll tell you my take later. I don't. It's bad. Look, I'm telling you this much. If the Eagles go up by more than 10,
it won't be for long.
You don't think so? I think they'll win.
If they go up by 10, you're going to see a bunch of pass interference. You're going to see a whole bunch of
now. Look, that's a good idea because I've seen that before. Even with the Patriots, is the comeback win. They're down 28-3. Come back.
Then they come back
in the second half to win.
Yeah. What game was that the lights went out?
That was Sanford's. That was the Harbaugh Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah, the lights went out and they came back and they came back on and then the Niners won, right? Where was it?
It was Baltimore.
It was Baltimore? Okay. I don't remember. I remember the lights going out.
Yeah. The lights went out and then all of a sudden they come back. Yeah.
And that's what Saquon told Pat Mahomes. The lights went out.
Yeah. Harbaugh. The Harbaugh Bowl.
The Harbaugh Bowl.
Yep.
I'm all for the Eagles winning.
Oh,
that's who I want to see win.
I want to see him win. I want to see him win.
Yeah,
and if it wasn't for all this drama with Kansas City Chiefs, I wouldn't really care who won.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see people who get preference treatment, obviously cheating, obviously getting everything scripted to them to win. I don't want to see them win. I don't want to see them win. Only people that want to see Kansas City win are Kansas City Chiefs fans right now. I'm telling you.
And Swifties.
I mean,
Swifties.
We did have a comment in one of our comment boxes.
Yeah, and they were
from
not
a
happy.
fan, and he was saying how it's all called in real time, which is true, and we all understand that. But the thing is this so often?
Even if it is called in real time, they there's a view up top.
Yeah.
There's a view up top. They have changed calls up at the top. You know?
Yeah.
And
even
you can't tell me that.
And where there's smoke,
there's fire.
There's always fire.
I mean,
they've been people are all over social media. People are in the booth talking about this stuff. Players are talking about this stuff. Where there is smoke, there is fire. So y'all keep fooling yourself thinking there's nothing going on.
16 wins by one score. 16 wins by one score.
Yeah.
Come on. That's not luck. That's not talent. Every now and then.
Coincidence.
What is that?
Coincidence.
Wow. I mean, come on. And this is why Eagles need you to come out like
they have to
win the flip.
Crush it.
They have to
win the flip. Run the ball down the throat.
Saquon run the first snap 80 yards for a touchdown.
And listen,
set the tone.
Yeah, hey, do another one.
Right away, just set the tone, buddy.
That's why you got to get him the ball 25 times.
Yeah,
either catching and running because at any point he can take it to the house. And
I wonder if there's a prop bet that says Saquon Barkley does a backflip and makes a touchdown.
Yeah, I had the prop bets pulled up. It was
that's a joke.
Yeah, I'd have pulled my
kind of does that Christian McCaffrey flip that he did, but the other way.
On the other side of the ball, Kansas City Chiefs, their number one reason that they are going to win is, of course, Patrick Mahomes. But
defense.
And their defense is, if their defense can stop the tush push, can stop them on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, they'll win.
Yeah, that's.
Did you see the Luvu meme that I posted on our Facebook page where they got Luvu flying over the Superdome?
Yeah. Fake Luvu. It was so embarrassing, man. Like, they're just trying to do anything.
I wonder if the Chiefs have anything like that old mind.
Now, there's some players on the Chiefs who I really, really respect. Man.
I like them all, man. I do.
It's just that one guy. I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. And I did. I thought he was great until this LeBron James type stuff started happening with him, and I just can't do it no more.
Yeah, I
can't. We've already talked about it.
He's
many times.
There we go.
But I love Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt is great, man.
I think there's fire coming out of your skull right now.
Yeah.
It's smoke. Look, it's smoke letters Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. Chris Jones is great. Man, Xavier Worthy is going to be around for a long time.
So we're talking, the Chiefs were only giving up 100 yards a game in the regular season. In the postseason, that's gone up 40 yards. They're giving 140 yards rushing.
Yep.
Now, statistically, their defense is actually getting worse against the run. That's not going to bode well against Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, not at all.
Gainwell. Because, if he's going to run 25 to 30 times a game, Gainwell's going to get a lot of that. And they don't need to go away from the game plan.
No, stick with it.
Stick with it. Gainwell can handle the ball.
Stick with it. You're going to, if you can bend, not break against his offense, because the Chiefs are not throwing the ball down the field.
Right.
Yep, and keep them off the field, run the ball.
Yep, hard-nosed football.
And I don't care. Look, Spagnuolo has done an amazing job this year, right? And some of his play calls on defense has been brilliant, like that overload blitz on the last play against the Bills.
Yep.
You can do that. You can scheme against Saquon all you want, but one-on-one, Saquon's going to break some ankles in the open field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can game plan all you want, but in the open field, he can take it to the house. He can beat your man one-on-one. He can beat every man one-on-one. Zach Bond against Saquon Barkley, Nolan Smith, Saquon Barkley wins that every time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't see AJ Brown being that big of a influence on this game.
I don't either.
I don't know.
I think Devonta Smith will be a bigger influence than AJ Brown.
That's true.
Speed. This game's going to be about speed and power. Powerful defenses against the speed of the offense.
Yeah, but AJ's going to get some of those plays that no one's looking at.
They're going to have to throw downfield to him to open up the defense.
He's brilliant on a 50-50 ball.
Man, the dude is... I'm not saying he's not good. He's great. He's great. But I just don't think this fits him.
Man, check this out. AJ left Tennessee, which was horrible for him. Yep. Saquon left the Giants, which was horrible for him. Now they're all on his team. Thankful. Hopkins come off of Tennessee to get into the Super Bowl.
They're all hungry, man. They're all hungry.
Yep.
They all blessed, man, because look at all these other players that are stuck. It's crazy.
Yep.
And I can't stop watching the Giants memes.
I know.
They're going.
Yeah. They made
all the little shorts.
Some bad mistakes.
Yep.
Like where one of the coaches is like, if we lose Saquon Barkley to the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm gonna just cry.
Yeah.
You know, and what happens? Boom.
That happened.
And their plan was to put him on the open market, hope somebody couldn't pay for him, and they could pay him less.
Yeah, they wanted to pay him less. That's all it was.
That's all it was.
You don't pay that man less.
Yeah.
And then they ended up paying Jones a lot more.
Yep.
And then they lost him.
Yep. Bad investing right there, man.
They're shown.
You know who's worse than that? The Saints.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know, we already know that. So,
well, we got to get some faith back, man.
What's your prediction?
Eagles by 6.
Score, though. Give me a score.
I think it's going to be under the 49-point spread. So, 21, 26.
Okay. Weird score. Year?
21-28. Eagles win.
Okay. I'm going to go Kansas City.
And I think Philly wins, gets up early in the game, and then the Kansas comes back.
Yeah.
It becomes a neck and neck game until the Eagles hit that last hoorah.
Yeah, I think it's
it may even be a touchdown in overtime.
I know I've talked a lot about the Eagles and how talented they are, and I know how close 2 years ago the Super Bowl was. I don't think it's going to be like that, though. I think it's going to be closer to like 34-24 Kansas City.
I think both defenses are so strong that it's going to keep it from
being that high.
Just a runaway.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see. Overtime play. They flip the coin. Eagles get the ball. Hurts pitches it to Saquon. The game's over.
Nope.
That'd be dramatic.
If this thing goes into overtime, the Chiefs will win 100% of the time.
It's because they win. They win all the close games.
I'm telling you.
Every close game,
they win it.
And that's why I'm thinking.
Cannot let it go to overtime, Philadelphia.
Me picking 10 points, I'm like, wow, Chad, that's ridiculous because every time the Kansas City wins, it's close games.
Yes.
But I just feel like Andy Reid is going to have a game plan. Like he is going to.
Hey, he's one of the greatest coaches ever.
Yep.
So he's going to have some kind of game plan.
It's unfortunate. Like I'm going to have to hear Patrick. I'm going to Disney World. Yeah, me and Brittany.
Fumble Rooski. Fumble Rooski do.
Yeah, man.
God, man, if I have to see that commercial again.
All right. That's it.
All right. That's our predictions.
Go Eagles. Please, go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles, even though I predicted KC. All right.
All right. Till next time. I'm Nick T.
Joe called it.
And I'm the Shadow Act.
We're out.
Legends of the Airwaves podcast. Your host, Joe Caldero. And Chad the Cadillac Young. Legends of the Airwaves podcast.
SmashMouth Footballerz.